And a top focus on Newspoint this morning. Despite underwater banging sounds heard earlier, Titan, the missing submersible, still remains untraceable in the Atlantic Ocean. It's been more than 90 hours since the sub's descent, with no progress towards its recovery. The survival chances of the explorer remain bleak as we speak. Take a look.
Time and oxygen are running out in the race to find a missing submarine with 5 people on board. The U.S. Coast Guard on Wednesday said efforts by air and sea to locate the 21-foot submersible called the Titan have yet to bear fruit, despite detecting underwater sounds described as banging noises. Coast Guard Captain Jamie Frederick.
With respect to the noises specifically, we don't know what they are, to be frank with you. What I can tell you is we're searching in the area where the noises were detected. The surface search is now approximately 2 times the size of Connecticut, and the subsurface search is up to 2.5 miles deep, exponentially expanding the size of the search area.
The vessel, operated by a private tour company called Ocean Gate Expeditions, embarked on Sunday to carry passengers on a tour of the Titanic's century-old wreckage off the coast of Canada. The expedition cost $250,000 per person. The Coast Guard said the sub lost contact with its surface vessel shortly after its descent. Officials estimate the sub has enough air supply to likely last until Thursday morning.
With respect to food and water, it's my understanding there are some limited rations. I can't tell you exactly how much.
One of the missing passengers is reported to be French explorer Paul-Henri Nargeolet. A friend of his and fellow underwater explorer, Dr. David Gallo, told Reuters he is hopeful after learning of reports that underwater noises are coming in 30-minute intervals.
But I can't think of anything that would be that every 30 minutes, and I do know that P.H. Nargeolet would do something like that to keep to let people know that they're there.
Gallo said he could not imagine the fear of those inside the Titan.
Everyone that's been to the sea, to the bottom of the sea in a submarine, has feared this and wondered what would happen if this happened. In one case, it would be a quick ending if the sub imploded. In another case, if you were trapped, it would be a slower ending. But in either case, I guess if you were trapped there and with air slowly running out, it would be just horrible. I don't like to think about it, but it would not be pleasant at all.
For now, it's an all-hands-on-deck mission with a French research ship carrying a deep-sea diving robot, seen here in video from 2018, dispatched to the area on Wednesday.
And the rescue teams are racing against time to find the missing Titanic sub. Let's tell you about the search and rescue operations which are currently underway. Let's first tell you about what is happening in the air. Now, Canada has deployed Canadian P-3 Aurora aircraft conducting sonar searches. Moving on, the sonar buoys have also been deployed. Let's tell you what these sonar buoys are. Now, they help in detecting and identifying objects that move in the water. The United States of America have also deployed Transport Hercules aircraft for overflight searches. Now, Washington, apart from that, it has also deployed 3 C-17s aircraft to transport a commercial submersible. And let's also now tell you about the operations which are taking place underwater. The U.S. Coast Guard has deployed 5 ships in search of the submersible, the Titan submersible, which has gone missing. The remotely operated vehicles have been deployed underwater. Moving on, the ROVs have been deployed near the area where sounds were recorded earlier. The bangs of sounds are recorded earlier. And the French research ship Atlante will deploy a robotic diving craft near the area in order to find the missing sub. The diving craft is capable of descending a depth well below the Titanic wreck. And lastly, French submersible robot Victor 6000 has also been dispatched for the rescue operations. Moving on, let's also now tell you about the first-hand account of a person who rode the missing submersible. A Mexican travel YouTuber who rode this submersible has said that the expedition of finding the Titan is extremely risky. In an interview, the Mexican remembered the descent of the mission he participated in 2022 and was almost aborted after losing contact with its surface support ship. Take a listen.
Lo que nos pasó a nosotros es que si pierdes comunicación, hay un lapso de tiempo de tolerancia en el cual si esa comunicación no se recupera, sí o sí hay que abortar la misión. Lo pueden ver, de hecho, en mis videos. Nosotros perdimos comunicación más o menos a los 1000 y tantos metros, si no me equivoco, y pasó el tiempo de tolerancia y estábamos ya abortando la misión. De hecho, arrojamos el primero de los lastres y justo en ese momento recuperamos comunicación y ya no la perdimos, y fue por eso que pudimos hacer el descenso.
The Mexican YouTuber also released the videos of the failed and successful expeditions on his YouTube channel. Take a look.